Gulenists, social movement or parallel state. One of the paradoxes that needs addressing regarding the Gulenist movement is whether they're here for social service or to gain political power. The Gulenist movement has always claimed to be disengaged from politics. They harshly criticized and even demonized political Islam and those Muslim groups who were seeking political power through democracy. Even Fethullah Gulen apparently said that, quote, "Even if God's messenger, the angel Gabriel, descended upon earth and establishes a political party, I would tell him, sorry, I cannot support you." They therefore degraded political and state power and claimed they were only interested in the social services and social aspects of religion. Here lies the contradiction. Despite their above-given declarations, they were regarded as the most secretive and isolated group in terms of their interaction and exchange with society. They have always kept their plans and secretive structures cloaked from the masses. Their major interaction with general society was mainly through two groups: students, as well as middle and high-rank businessmen and traders. The traders financed the Gulenist activities through famous fundraising sessions called Himmet, and the Gulenist educational institutions provided not only financial but human capital for the group, not charitable schools providing a good and free education to poor or smart students. On the other hand, ironically, their most essential service has always been the placement of their followers into the most powerful state institutions, military, police, and judiciary. Through their well-placed members, they managed to dominate certain state mechanisms. After a while, they reached to the level that they were labeled as a parallel state by acting outside the normal state hierarchy. Employed in key critical positions in Turkey's intelligence services and principal clerical positions, the group had access to confidential and classified information from within the state and used this information as well as illegal instruments as an independent power within the state. They also used this power not only to promote their members within the state, but also used it to smear the reputation of their rivals and enemies through illegal wiretapping, secretly leaking confidential documents, and fabricating false evidence in legal files. In fact, this is not something newly invented or unusual in terms of a covert relationship between a religious cult and a state. The well-documented case of Operation Snow White was a major conspiracy conducted by a religious cult in the USA. The Church of Scientology has been battling allegations of similar yet not so successful infiltration strategies, one of the most widespread in recent American history. In that case, members of the church have been charged with infiltrating the state, obstruction of justice, theft of documents, secretly and illegally recording confidential meetings, and wiretapping. These are almost the same accusations brought against the Gulenists. They were first accused of fabricating evidence in the Ergenekon and Balios cases. Also, many instances of illicit private videos of many public figures were leaked. Thousands of people from quite opposing political spectrums were wiretapped for years under the pretext of being potential members of the same made-up terrorist organization. All of this was orchestrated by Gulenist police chiefs and Gulenist prosecutors. Once their operation was exposed, it created quite a dilemma. They were not really after social service, but after the power of the state. After nearly 40 years of tireless work in the shadows to gain power within the state of Turkey, because of one unsuccessful step, their entire mission was exposed. In the next episode, we will see how being brought into the light finally forced the Gulenists to make a last-ditch effort to seize power in the run-up to July 15th's bloody coup attempt. Please make sure to click subscribe and follow more videos.